Hi there, welcome. Cami here. Hey, for today's hike, I've decided to come down to Harvey Bridge. It's just east of Mesick, Michigan, and it's right on the Manistee River. The North Country Trail runs right past here, so I decided that I would pick this section today because we just had a whole lot of rain, and I've hiked this section twice now. And if I remember right, there's a lot of creeks and water areas along this section. So I'm hoping that with the new rain, there'll be some really fantastic water flows going on. So anyway, I'm going to grab Freya and I'll show you kind of where the start is. To get here, you have to drive down an backcountry road, and then it turns seasonal. So it's not open in the winter time. Well, this winter it probably was because we didn't have much of a winter. So the last, I'd say not even a quarter mile is on a seasonal road. And I brought my Focus today, and I honestly didn't think I was going to make it through some deep ruts that I had to drive through. So, but I did. And I'm going to get Freya hooked up and grab my backpack and head out, and I'll take you along with me. So as you walk out of the parking lot, you turn right and you'll see Harvey Bridge. And the North Country Trail is right up and across the bridge. And this is where I'll put in and take out when I do kayak paddles in this area. There's the launch down there. Someone's over there trying to date fishing. And here's Harvey Bridge. Old bridge. One lane backcountry bridge. And there is the beautiful Manistee River. Okay. Okay, just across the bridge, you'll see the North Country Trail can go upriver that way, but today we're going to go downriver. Oh, it's going to be a great day for a hike. Glad you joined me. One thing to keep in mind when you come across these little boardwalks, see the green? Whew, that is slippery, especially when it was wet. And today it was wet and I slipped, but I didn't fall. Coming up on our first little creek. There's another little, I don't think it's a creek. I wonder if it's a spring fed water source here. And it flows, come on Freya, right down the boardwalk. So this is just part of the joys of spring hiking, is you're going to encounter mud. And look at that. That is why. It is really low wetland in here, which also I have to be aware of to make sure I continue to make noises and talk a little bit to Freya, just so the bears know I'm in the area. I have my air horn and my bear spray with me, but I don't like to surprise them, probably more than I want them to surprise me. As you can see, we will now be climbing up a little higher now. So hopefully I'll get some more views of the river. I don't know. Like I said, I've only hiked this section twice before. So, you know, they all blend together sometimes. So we'll see. But if I do, I'll surely share it with you. Oh, nice steep climb here. Good girl, Freya. And once to the top, then great views. And about a mile in, if that, you come to a bench. Barbara, her favorite lunch spot. I agree, Barbara. It is a beautiful place to sit. And I think we will sit here for a minute. Freya always takes advantage of the benches, don't you, Frey? And I've decided this year in hiking that I'm going to spend more hikes sauntering. I read a post about that. Oh, must have been on a hiking page, and they talked about sauntering and who termed the phrase, the woods are to be sauntered through, not hiked. And I can't remember. I think there was a debate whether it was from, oh, now my mind's going to draw a blank because I'm talking to you. Thoreau, I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing his name right. Thoreau or John Muir. So I don't know who coined the phrase to saunter through the woods instead of hiking, but I rather like it. So I think I'm going to adopt more of that this year as I hike. So right now I'm going to sit on this bench dedicated to Barbara and view the river and listen and just enjoy it for what it is. And now time to hike on. Okay, now, I don't know if you can tell from this point of view, but this trail now is going to be right on top of this ridge. It goes embankment, ridge, and goes down on the other side. And sometimes the cameras don't pick that up as well as what in actuality it is. Go on, Freya. And I can hear a pretty big stream or creek over there somewhere. I'm pretty sure we're gonna come down to it, if I remember right. There should be some stairs up here soon that we're gonna go down. Whew, I can't wait to show you that creek. Sounds awesome. Oh, wow. You see that down there? Oh, this is one of those places that you could just sit for a few minutes and just sit. And here we are to the stairs. I was right. Go, Frey. And there's the Manistee River. There's the creek. One thing I like about spring hiking, even though the woods are going to be full, at this time of the year, you still get little peeks of the river through the trees because there's no foliage yet. So as you can see, climbed up away from the river a little bit, but we still have little peeks of it. Lovely, lovely. Do you hear that? I hear you. That's a blue jay. But the peepers, oh, that's like my favorite sound of spring. Okay, can you see that behind me? That is not the trail. I've passed several of those, and I'm assuming that they're beaver slides because they go right into the river. And I have passed at least 5 of them. Pretty well established, I'd say. Well, here's another slide, and there is no doubt that this is indeed a beaver slide. Look at all those little trees gnawed down. And down to the river they go. Here's another ridge line we're going to be hiking on. River down that bank. And the creek right there. As you can see, lots of erosion and not much more room or place for this trail to go once it keeps pushing back, so don't know what they're going to do about that. But there's the river, and we're going to keep hiking on this ridge. Good thing it's not too wide for me to jump across. Here we are to another creek crossing. Ooh, that board was a little wiggly. Oh, look at it. Lovely. Ooh, that board was a little wobbly too. It's very windy. Here's our third little crossing. Oh my goodness. Look at it. Oh, this is what I was hoping for. And yet another crossing. And here must be another creek that joins in. It comes down and up. Here we go. It's gonna keep going, following right alongside this creek. And now we're gonna go up. So I decided that this is a great place to stop and have some coffee with Freya on this little footbridge. Listening to the water. So I'm going to enjoy a cup of coffee and enjoy the sounds of this creek. Are you taking a little break? You going for a swimmy? Wow, this hike has turned out to be exactly what I wanted it to be. Oh, all the sights and sounds of springtime in northern Michigan. This, like I said, this little footbridge is just under 3 miles from the Harvey Bridge parking lot that I parked at and started. It is the North Country Trail, so it is marked very well. And as you saw, it crosses lots of creeks, like I was hoping and remembered it would. There is some elevation, so just be aware of that. A little rootier too, because I think probably because it's so wet and stuff, but what a beautiful section to hike. As you saw, lots of opportunities to view the Manistee River, lots of thick forest to hike through, some lowlands to hike through, and these creeks. Oh, I am just loving this little spot right here, enjoying my coffee, and I hope you enjoyed the hike too. And if you're in the area, gosh, give this section a go, and don't forget about Barbara's Bench. So when I'm going to stop there on my way back, because that was a mile from Harvey Bridge, and what a view that was, wasn't it? Oh, it was beautiful. The peepers were out. Oh, springtime in northern Michigan. The buds are starting to show. My maple tree just budded out like crazy yesterday. And there was one spot along the hike that I didn't stop to video, but I will if I remember. But you could see some trees really budding out across the river that looks really pretty. But Freya's going back in the creek. I'm going to enjoy the rest of my coffee. And gosh, I hope you enjoyed this hike. And if you would like to see more hikes that I do and more adventures I do here in the woods in northern Michigan, subscribe and make sure you like this video if you enjoyed the sights and sounds of springtime like I did. Subscribe and yeah, just follow me along as I paddle and hike and bike through the woods of Michigan. Okay, here's that viewpoint that I went by. See, I don't know if you can see, but you can see all the new buds starting to come out on the trees over there. Oh, that's another thing I just love about spring. Every hike you go out early spring, as you continue to go out, the treetops just keep changing and changing, and the buds get bigger, and then the greens pop, and then it's super light greens, and then medium greens and dark greens and all shades of greens until summer is in full blown mode. But yeah, isn't that beautiful? Oh, thought I'd share it with you.